So, either you're in class or you're about to start class. Let's see what you can do with this. So we're given the g of x is equal to x plus 3 squared. Then we're trying to find what the g of negative 5 is. So this is a function notation. Let's see if you can solve this in about 20 seconds. So for those that don't know me, my name is Audrey Codner. I'm the owner of Math by Audrey, and I do online tutoring as well as have math resources to help people with algebra, their GED, ASVAB, Accuplacer, TEAS test, HESI test, anything to get you through. All right. So, if you think you know the answer, go ahead and put it on there, just like Miss Sierra did that. Okay, so we're saying this form. Pleasant evening. Hello, Miss Brenda. How are you? Okay, Panic, I see you. Thank you so much for the 3. All right, so we either got a 4 or we got a 3. Let's see what we can do. So if you think you know what it is, go ahead and put it in. Okay, and if you're not sure, put a question mark so we can be able to break these concepts down. Hello, Angela. How are you? And good evening. All right. So all we're doing, if you notice that the g of x and the g of negative 5, the negative 5 and the x are both in the same spot. So that's telling me that wherever I see an x in this expression, I'm going to substitute it with a negative 5. So that means this is what we have here. It's actually going to be negative 5 plus 3, and we're going to square it. Right? So now, order of operations. We do what's inside the parenthesis first, right? CM, I see you. Thank you. So negative 5 plus 3, here we go. That gives me a negative 2. And negative 2 squared is the same as saying negative 2 times negative 2, not negative 2 times 2. You're taking this base and you're multiplying to itself 2 times. So a negative times a negative gives me a positive. There we go. And 2 times 2, that actually gives me 4. Okay? All right? So we're not just squaring the 3 and then subtracting the 5. We actually have to do what's inside the parenthesis first, then we take care of the exponents. Okay? So then we got that one already done. So let's try this one. Oops. As soon as I can grab it. Okay, so don't let the functions fool you. You're still doing the same exact stuff. Okay? So we have the f of 3x plus 2. We need to find the f of x plus 4. Okay? So let's see, can we solve that in 20 seconds? Let's go. Okay. Claudio, I see you. Shayna, I see you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see what you guys got. Taking it step by step, piece by piece. And if you're not sure where to start, hey, I got you. All right, so let's take a look. So we got Angela, I see you. Sarah, I see you. CM, I see you. Okay, so let's really take a look at this, guys. So we have the f of x is equal to 3x plus 2. We need to find the f of x plus 4. Notice inside the parenthesis we still have x's. Oh, this is all switched up, okay? So we're not substituting anything because it already has an x. This is saying the f of x plus 4. So they're giving us what the f of x is, which is our 3x plus 2. So this time, we're switching it up. This is supposed to come and take the place of f of x. Oh, yes. It's not an equation, but it is an expression. So that means the f of x is coming out. What's replacing it is my 3x plus 2. Then I'm bringing down my plus 4. Okay, so that's taking the place of it. So now we're trying to combine our like terms. So if we notice, we have 2 plus 4. Those constants are my like terms. We can't combine it with the 3x because none of them have an x. So that means you'll have your 3x, and we bring down our plus 6. So that's what the f of x plus 4 equals. Okay, do we see it now? Okay, so we're not doing any kind of combining. We can't combine the 3x and the 6x because they're not like terms. Okay, so we're always trying to combine like terms. So this time we didn't substitute for the x, we substitute for the f of x, which was my 3x plus 2. Okay, all right, so builds, make sure you check your language because that's what we don't do in this place. Maybe other platforms will do it, but I don't do it here, okay? All right, so if you want to ask that question correctly, you can ask that question correctly. I appreciate that, okay? I know in other platforms, a lot of people, they don't see people, but I see you. Okay, now someone earlier asked, is this for 7th grade? This is basically, because I put it in the beginning, that this is basically for those that are taking their GED, the ASVAB, the Accuplacer, but it also helps people who are basically reviewing for algebra. And since school started for a lot of people yesterday and going to be starting on Monday, we all need a little bit of review. Okay, all right. All right, so Ode 20, same thing, okay? Correct our language, okay? If you can't correct your language, thank you for stopping by, all right? Not on this platform, okay? All right, give this a try, okay? Give this a try. Kanan, thank you for your input, all right? Okay, went all the way to calculus, good for you, okay, good. Because there's a lot of people, hey, everyone has their own story of why you weren't able to complete, but guess what? You still have time. In this time period, where I'm on here, there's no judgment, there's just nothing but support. That's all I'm here to do, is just support people. If you're not very supportive, hey, appreciate you stopping by. Okay? All right? Okay, builds, I see you, thank you. L, I see you. All right, we're gonna go. Yep, thank you, Kanan, appreciate that. Okay, Shar, hey Shar, welcome back. Okay, I see you. Now, if there's something up here that you're just like, Audrey, I just don't know where to start, go ahead and put a question mark, okay? Go ahead and put a question mark. So if you notice, there's no equal sign, so we're not solving, we're going to be simplifying. And what are we going to use to simplify? We're using please, excuse, my dear, Aunt Sally. And the key part from multiplication and division as well as addition and subtraction is the part that 92 to 93% of people always forget, from left to right. Okay? So, let's take this bad boy step by step. Okay, we don't have any parentheses, but we do have absolute values. So it's the absolute value of negative 12 plus 4 times 3 minus 2 to the third power all over negative 2 to the third power plus 5. So what you want to do is take it step by step. So let's work on the numerator. So right here, we have the absolute value of negative 2 plus 4. That gives me the absolute value of what? Okay, negative 12, sorry I said 2. Negative 12 plus 4, that gives me the absolute value of what? What should go in between this absolute value? Go ahead and put that into the chat. Okay, -8, good. Ick, welcome back. Okay, 99, I see you. Panic, I see you. Angela, I see you. Star, close. No, I see you. Okay, so -12 plus 4. If you owe me $12 and you gave me 4, that means you still owe me 8. Now, with the absolute values, your numbers are always going to end up positive because the absolute value takes care of the distance away from 0. So since we have the absolute value of -8, that changes to a positive 8. And everything else comes on down. So we took care of the parentheses. Boom, that's done. Now we got an exponent. So we have 2 to the 3rd power. Notice it's not in parentheses, so it's not a -2. It's a positive 2 that's being raised to the 3rd power. So 2 to the 3rd power is not 6. Okay? It's not 6. So 2 to the 3rd power gives me 2 times 2 times 2. That gives me 8. Okay? 2 times 2 gives me 4. 4 times 2 gives me 8. So now, what should I combine next? Okay, I'm trying to walk you through it step by step, so we're going to be doing okay. Okay, what should we combine next? Panic, thank you. The 8 and the 3. I think someone else said it too. We got to do multiplication. Good. Ick, the 8 times 3. Good. Multiplication. 3 squared. Welcome back. Okay, doing that multiplication. JB, welcome back. I see you. CM, thank you. Okay, none, thank you. Gives me that. Good. So 8 times 3 gives me 24. Then we minus the 8. So now 24 minus 8 gives me what? I know, it's all kinds of crazy. So 24 minus 8, there we go. So yes, tick, we got our 16. Good, we got our 16. Yes, with the multiple boxes. Yes, you were correct. So this is what you get in the numerator. Okay, we did all that work for the numerator. Now, we need to do the work for the denominator. So -2 cubed. Notice the -2 is inside of a parenthesis. So that means you are multiplying that -2 to itself 3 times. And when it's an odd exponent and the base is negative, your answer is going to be negative. And 2 times 2 gives me 4, times 2 gives me 8. There we go. Thank you. So -8 plus 5, that does gives us our -3. Okay, good. So now let's put it all together. So we have our numerator was 16. Our denominator was a -3. So is there anything other than 1 that 16 and -3 have in common? Is there any number other than 1 that has 16 and -3 in common? We got a nod, we got a no, we got a no. Hey Bunny, thank you coming in. Star, I see you. Star Girl, welcome back. I see you. Vanessa, thank you for coming back. See you. Nova, thank you for coming in. I see you. Alex, thank you. I see you. Excellent. So that means my simplified answer is going to be 16 over -3, or you could say -16/3. Okay, either way will work. Nice. Let's do some more with the order of operations. Okay, let's do one more with the order of operations, then we're going to change gears. Okay, give this one a try. All right, give this one a try. So if there's any of these problems that you're like, where do I start? Put a question mark. Okay, if you have questions with this is a platform. This section of the world, you can ask questions. Okay, Green Eagles, I see you. Okay, All right. I want to say Bible or Bible. Okay, I see you. All right, Vanessa. Yes, Vanessa. There you go. Keep it going. Keep it going. Max, thank you for your answer. I see you. That's what the whole thing. PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication or division from left to right, and addition and subtraction from left to right. Order operations tomorrow. Perfect. Okay, if you need some sample problems, Green Eagle, let's go. Copy them down. Because I know, as a teacher, like, I want to challenge my kids. I just can't find the question. Copy them down. All right. So CM, I see you. Okay, Bunny, I see some action going on here. Go ahead, finish it out. My bad, I see you. My boxes with the hearts. And looks like dancing shoes. Okay, I see you. John, thank you so much. I see you. Okay, taking it step by step. Yes, it's nice and long, but here we go. Start off with order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally from left to right. Everyone forgets about that left to right thing. Even all you BODMAS people, my international people, with your brackets, your other, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. It still handles from left to right. Okay? Yep, that's exactly Kiki. This is definitely in there. Okay? This and many other things. Joe, I see you as well. All right, Angela, I see you. So first thing, my parentheses. We look inside of this parenthesis, it just has a -4. We don't need to touch that. But we have this parenthesis over here, we have 5 minus 8, okay? Or you could read it this way, 5 plus -8, because we're combining these two numbers. So think of it like money. You owe me $8. You paid me 5. That means you owe me $3. If you make things associated with money for all my teachers out there, your kids will get it. And it's hilarious because a lot of them, when you say what's a negative times a negative, they will jump right away and tell you positive because it's engraved in their heads. Anything that's positive, anything that has to do with growth, they remember so much because that brings them joy. Anything you have to take away or divide, they struggle with because they don't like things taken away from them. All right? So now, took care of the parentheses. Now let's deal with the exponents. This is what gets a lot of people. I'm telling you, this versus this. These two gets a lot, and especially with kids that use their calculators, okay, or adults. So we have -4 squared. What's actually being squared here? Hey Snoopy, how are you? Okay. Okay. How do I know it's a -8? Your minus sign is you're acting as your negative to the number to the right. This is not impacting the 5. It's always impacting the following digit. Okay, that's how I know it's a -8. Yes, just the 4. Thank you, JB. Star, Trey squared. Okay, Angela. Okay, Miami Heat with the base, just the 4 is being squared here. So that means this negative drops down. And 4 squared is not 8. That's 4 times 4, which gives me 16. This is going to give you something different than over here. Okay, so for all my teachers that's about to do order of operations, this is kind of one that you want to do. So you have your -4 squared. That means this is -4 times -4. So a negative times a negative will give me a positive, and 4 times 4 will give me 16. Okay, bringing down, oops, my -3. And then what's being raised here is a -3 squared. So this is -3 times -3, which gives me a positive 9. And the reason why I'm keeping it in parentheses, because this 3 is multiplying to the result after we square it. That's why we're still keeping it as a parenthesis. Yes, I'm seeing a lot of good answers. I'm seeing a lot of different answers. So now, took care of the exponents. Boom, that's done. Let me see if I can get my son. Maybe too much. There we go. So you're not blinding yourself. So now, this is the part. Everyone's like, oh, I could just do this right here. Do your multiplication or division beforehand. So now, this minus sign is acting as a negative with the 3. Ah, Carrie, you missed that part. Okay? So why is the first one? The only thing that's being squared is the 4, not negative 4. There's no parentheses around this one. That's why it's just a 16, and they brought the negative down. Okay? So now here, this is a negative 3 times 9. So that gives me my negative 27. Then you have your negative 16 plus 16. So if we're going to go from left to right, that's going to give us our 0 with our negative 27. 0 minus 27 still is a negative 27. So all my people that said negative 27, excellent job. Okay, yep. So negative 16, if you owe me $16 and you paid me $16, guess what? You don't owe me any money. All right? Okay. Yep. I try to take it step by step. Samantha, I got you. What's the O? I got the weight and I got an O. Yep, it's that simple, Kiki. All right. So all we're doing is taking it step by step. Do not be overwhelmed. It's a negative 16 plus 16. Okay, don't forget your negatives. One of them is negative, Samantha. Okay? And the reason why, this is probably where you fell into the trap. The only thing that's being squared right here for this first 4 is just the 4. It's not put into parentheses like this one. Okay? So we don't have to add or subtract on both sides, Proto, because it's not an equation. If it was an equation, yes, we're going to be doing the inverses. But anytime you don't see an equal sign in the beginning, that's considered what's called an expression. So what you do is you simplify. Yep, in the beginning stages, that's why I've been tutoring for the past day today. All right, it would be considered 9th grade. Yep. All right, so this is basically like the beginning of Algebra 1. So some people have Algebra 1 as 7th graders, 8th graders, 9th graders. Some people repeat it in 10th grade. It all depends on when you need it. Okay? Let's try this one. Okay, so from simplify, we have evaluate. Yep. So that's why I never say, oh, this is a 7th grade skill, because it all depends on when the student's going to see it. So it's like Algebra 1, Algebra 1. Okay. Okay, thank you, Tina. Appreciate you. I was wondering if I should keep going with these things. All right. Okay. Hey, there you go, Tina. Do what you gotta do, baby girl. Because I also have a YT channel, so it's also the name of my TikTok, which is Math by Audrey. Okay. All right. So I got a couple people. I got Snoopy, I got Sam, saying the same. As a junior, that's perfectly fine, Green. That's perfectly fine. Because there's adults that are trying to get their GED and they're just learning this for the first time. Because everyone has a different story. Okay? And trust me, as I said, there's no judgment here. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, you should learn this by now. I hate when teachers start the school year with that. It makes me want to kick them in their throat. So Tina, don't do that. Okay. Foxy, hello, love. Okay. Yeah, because we probably didn't get a chance to walk through it. So now when you're evaluating, notice they're giving you a clue. They're saying that x equals -3. So that means every time I see an x, I'm going to replace it with a -3. So that means I have 2 parenthesis squared minus 4 parenthesis plus 1. So every time there is an x, the x is coming out of the game and -3 is coming into the game. Okay, that's all it is. You guys gonna be alright. Alright, so all we're doing is just substituting. So for people that are taking GED or any high school equivalency, this will be considered a 3-point question. A 3-point question. So don't skip these. So now you're doing order of operations. Okay, so that's what we're doing. What is being squared? It's the -3. So this is saying I'm multiplying that base of -3 2 times. So we have our 2. So -3 times -3, that gives me a +9. Alright, and I'm going to bring everything down. And I know it's like, Audrey, you could just go ahead and multiply that. Yes, but I like to do things step by step. So we're doing okay. Alright? So now we took care of the exponents. There's nothing inside the parentheses for us to do. So now from left to right, we're doing with multiplications. This is the thing that gets people. We're going to multiply the 2 times 9, which I see a couple of you guys put my 18, which is excellent. But this is the part that gets everybody. This minus sign is acting as a negative for the 4. So you're actually looking at -4 times -3. A negative times a negative gives me a positive. We got that engraved in our heads. 4 times 3, that gives me 12. Now we can bring down the +1. Okay, took care of that. Good. So now 18 plus 12, because we got to go from what? Left to right. So we have 18 plus 12, that gives us 30. And we're adding our 1, that gives us 31. Which many of you guys said probably like 5 years ago. Thank you. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so we're breaking these concepts down step by step. I don't want you to be overwhelmed. You already, when you were younger, you were that small kid that wanted to ask more questions. But if you notice, if you're like around your 40s and 50s, they always did math just before lunch or recess when I was younger. So it was almost like they treated math like a punishment. Like, oh, don't you want more time outside? Well, let's just get this one thing done and we can be done. So that's basically how math was presented to me. And I had to learn to get over this whole thing called math phobia, because I wanted to finally be that person that understood. Okay, screenshotting everything, that's perfectly fine. Okay, would you like the previous ones? Okay, let me kind of go back. Yeah, it has been a while. I used to do my lives. This is the one that we did earlier. Hold on, let me pull this back a bit. Okay, I was doing the lives in the mornings because I was starting to get students in the afternoon and evenings. I know school's starting back up, so I'm trying to get back into my fall schedule. Okay, all right, so that one's done too. Okay, And where's the other one? Here it is. And then this one. Okay, trying to screenshot this. How do we know when the negative is to be multiplied? How do I know when the negative is supposed to be multiplied? Let me see if I can understand correctly. How do we know that the negative is supposed to be multiplied? So do you mean like, how do I know to multiply using a -4 as opposed to just a 4? Is that what we're trying to say, Angie? I'm trying to say, not a problem, not a problem. Okay, I can do a couple more, yes. That's in, is it in the brackets? I'm trying to understand. Maybe it might come out with the next problem. Yes, so most of the stuff I'm doing is order of operations because right now that's what a lot of our students are starting to open up with. I was going to ask that too, like what rules should we follow? Okay, so anytime you have a negative or a minus sign, once you start doing some solving or evaluating, that minus sign is now a negative. Yep, anytime. Like, okay, as soon as we plugged everything in, this 4 is now a -4. Okay, and we already plugged in the -3. So I think that is probably what's caused them, because a lot of people keep thinking, oh, I'm subtracting. And you're not subtracting, because since you have this 4 or -4 outside of a parenthesis, the parenthesis means multiplication. If you don't see a plus or a minus sign between the number and the variable, that's assumed to be multiplication. Is that what it is? Okay. Of course, and you should, Roxy. Okay, that's what she's asking. Okay. In 29 days, try. Okay, not a problem. You're going to get it. You're going to get it because we're practicing it. All right, so let's try another order of operation. Let's see if we can get this one. Let's build ourselves up. Let's build instead of tear down. Okay, give this a try. Yes, parentheses. Parentheses and brackets always comes before exponents. Because if you do BODMAS or BODMAS, the brackets always comes before. Your other is your exponents. That's how they teach it there. Most algebra concepts has negative sign. Yep. Yep, biddle. Bada boom, bada bang. Because what you're doing is you're combining your numbers. Okay, Snoopy, we got those. Gomi, I see you. Okay, Angela, I see you. Ats, I see you. Yeah, that's all right, not a problem. Yep, because your brackets is the same as your parentheses for us, Jetta. I know, sometimes I have to remind myself. Okay. Alright, so Green Eagle, I see you. Brady, I see you. JB, I see you. Thomas, you need a private lesson. Okay, not a problem. Just message me. Yeah, math only. I don't need any more sugar daddies. I'm good. It's like every day. Good God. To work creating AI language, we need to know math. Yes, you need to know math for almost everything you do now. Okay, Sandra, I see you. Sweetie Pie, I see you. Tell. Okay, I see you. Let's take a look. So remember, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Here's the key from left to right. That's the part that's screwing a lot of us up. And everyone thinks, oh, I gotta do multiplication before I do division. No. It's multiplication or division from left to right. It's addition or subtraction from left to right. All right? So, parentheses. I'm looking inside the parentheses. There's nothing other than a 5, so there's nothing to combine. Parentheses, off the list. Exponents, boom, that's 2 to the 4th power. This is not 8, okay? This is telling me I need to multiply that base of 2 to itself 4 times. 2 times 2 gives me 4, so I have 4 times 4 gives me 16. And it is a positive 16. Everything else, just bring it on down. Okay, once you get used to everything, you can do your shortcuts. But it's not a shortcut if you don't know where the origin's coming from. So now, exponents, gone. Multiplication or division from left to right. Well, we're lucky. So this is not just a 3, it's a negative 3. So we have our 18. Negative times a positive gives us a negative. 3 times 5 gives us 15. Bring down our plus 16. Okay, now from left to right, notice addition's not coming first. It's subtraction because the key part is from left to right. So we have 18 minus 15, that gives us 3. Bringing down our plus 16. Now 3 plus 16, 19. Okay, take your screenshots. Okay, thank you, Green Eagle. I appreciate it. What are you sorrying about? That's all right. Olivia, I see you. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, good job. Means negative, yes. And I think that will make concepts so much easier because a lot of people are trying to subtract on top of a situation that doesn't need subtraction and then you get confused. So we just break it on down. Okay? All right? No, I can't move on. I will move at the speed that I would like to move. I like to take things step by step. If my pace is way too slow for you, guess what? There are multiple other people that are doing the same exact thing that I'm doing, but they're just not me. So I greatly appreciate you coming in, okay? All right? Because a lot of people probably already know this, and you're taking like Calc 3. I'm like, okay, so what the frick are you doing here? Go ahead, move on. Do something else for yourselves. All right, so now let's challenge ourselves a little bit. Okay, we're going to keep with order of operations. It seems like that's the sweet spot for tonight, so we're going to do that. Okay. Hello, Philip. No problem. All right, so yes, I do. Ooh, this. Oh yeah. Yes, I do. It's the same name as my name here. So Math by Audrey. Yep, this is algebra. Yep. And I know it looks like a whole new language because remember, math is its own language. Okay, math is its own language. And I just want to see if I can do this one and possibly one more, and then we're going to be done for tonight. Okay, I try not to stay on here too long. I don't want your brain to go bleh. All right. Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you. All right, so I see some numbers. I'm seeing some 26s. I'm seeing some 61s. The stats. Haven't done this in a while. I know. Yeah, it is its own language. New channel in class. All right. I love when people want to use my stuff. It's fabulous. I also have books and resources if you need some additional stuff. Okay, all of it is in the link in my profile, my Stan store. All right, like that. Good. Snoopy, I see you. Scene, I see you. Thank you so much for coming on in. Not a problem. Because any kind of support that we can do, that's what you need to do. All right. This looks like a hot mess, but what are we going to do? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally from left to right. Okay, BODMAS, same thing. You have your brackets and parentheses, your others, which is your exponents. Then a lot of you guys do division, then multiplication, whatever comes first from left to right. And then you have your addition and subtraction, whatever comes first, left and right. So, breaking it down. We have inside of a bracket, we also have inside of a parenthesis. So get to the heart of your bracket. So that means we have our 3 squared plus our 4, keeping the bracket. We have our 18 minus, now minus what? Our minus 5 squared. Okay, closing it up. So now we're still inside of a parenthesis, which is actually a bracket. Taking a look inside here. So we're not doing anything. Let me cover this part right now so we can focus our attention in this bracket. So inside the bracket, what do we need to do next? We need to hit that exponent, okay? So that means we're going to have our bracket. We have our 18 minus 5 squared. 5 squared is not 5 times 2. It's 5 times 5, which gives us 25. Divided by 5. That's inside the bracket. Out here, bring it on down. Okay. So now, still inside the bracket, focus your attention here. So don't let everything that we did before, just like in life, whatever you did in the past is in the past. So now, inside the bracket, what do we have? Subtraction and division. We need to do the division first. Okay? Remember, multiplication or division comes before addition or subtraction. So inside of this bracket, looks like this is going to have to be my last number. Losing stuff, losing light. Okay, so we have our 3 squared plus our 4. Okay, where'd the 5 come from? The 25, a negative 25 divided by 5. A negative divided by a positive is a negative. 25 divided by 5 is 5. There you go, MT. I see you. All right. So now we're still working inside the parenthesis. We're still on the P. So now we have 18 minus 5. There you go, Brenda. I see you. So we have 3 squared plus 4. Now, inside of this bracket, that gives us our 13. Now, parentheses and brackets means what operation? I see you, MT. Okay. All right, I see you, Angela. All right. Okay, multiplication. There you go, Foxy. There you go, Roxy Candy. Okay, let's see. So now we have an exponent and we have multiplication. So our exponent is 3 squared. 3 squared, that gives me 9. So exponents always happen before multiplication. So now 4 times 13, 4 and 3 is 12, carry it up. And then 4 and 1 is 4, plus the 1 is 5. Okay, so 4 times 13 gives me 52. Now with that 52, we're going to add 9. There we go, Zen. I see you. Alright, so that will give me my 61. Okay. Alright. We're getting 13 squared. Pause. Yep. because we don't have any more squares. We took care of the squared. That's how we got the 25. Okay, so 13 squared is 169, but there shouldn't be any more squares. We're not squaring the 13. We squared the 3 that was here. That's where that 9 came from. Okay. Okay, last few steps were a little challenging, yeah. Because there was a whole lot of stuff that was going on inside this bracket. But we made it here. But then when we got to this part, cover up. Once we got to this part here, we're still thinking about PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. That means that exponent is happening before we do that multiplication. Okay, I appreciate you trying. That's all I really want. I want you guys to try. Let me see if I can extend this out just a little bit so you can see and so you can take your screenshots. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I might have to start this party a little bit sooner because I have no light. And plus, yeah, my hours are going to be all kinds of crazy. So I might see if I can get here about like 6 or 6:30 as opposed to 7. So, okay, get confused with the square. Make sure when you're squaring, it's not 5 times 2. It's actually 5 times 5. You're multiplying the base by how many times that exponent tells you. That's why we get our 25. Now, if you found this helpful and you're like, you know what, Audrey, I need more practice like this, or I need more step-by-step. If you go to the link 1, follow me so you know when's the next time I come on live. That might be important. Okay, so follow me here. And also, if we zoom in, if you notice right here is my stand store. Let's see if I can do it like this, clear it up a little bit. So if you click on my stand store, the only link that's inside my bio, and then you'll actually see my stand store. Now, as I mentioned before, I do have a YT channel. Okay, so all of my replays are going there. I'm going to try to organize it a little bit. But if you want to do, you can have a free math check just to see, like, are you really getting some of the math that you're going to see in your algebra class, that you're going to see on the GED, the ASVAB, the Accuplacer, the TEAS test? But then also I got tons of books here that you can use and you can peruse right on through. So again, if you want to come here, just click on the link. I'm going to organize it in the next few days. Alright, if you scroll, go ahead and subscribe. You know, that'll be nice. And then also you'll see TikTok lives and uncut, and you'll actually see all of my TikTok lives that I have here. So it's all ready to play. So all of my lovely teachers, if you need somebody, you can freeze it, especially like all the algebra reviews. If you want to like push play and you can pause it, have the kids work on some stuff, maybe something with a communicator, throw it up or any kind of whiteboard, and to see if they did the right answer. Okay? Yep. Yes, that's what I can't say YT in its natural form, because then all of a sudden my lives get dinged. Alright? Okay, so if you do ever have any questions whatsoever, please, please, please do not hesitate to contact me. Just send me a DM. Tell me what you need. Is it a test? Are you currently a teacher? You want to get some ideas? Whatever it is, just go ahead and mention it. Just don't just say hi, because I'm going to delete those. Okay? Tell me what you need. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want to talk about. Did you like the live? Did you not like the live? What is your YT again? Whatever you need. Alright, everyone. So, by 5 points, Jackie, I can tell you exactly what you did. You probably skipped a lot of stuff that had slope in it. You probably skipped the equation of the line. You probably skipped anything that had to do with factoring. You probably skipped or got something wrong that had to do with volume. Any of those 4-point questions, That's what happened. You skip the ones that are worth 4 points. If you do very well with the arithmetic and if you skip any of the 4-point questions, you're not going to pass the GED at all. So you can't skip those. Yup. Volume and slope. Yup. So we can talk about these things. I'm thinking about going live on my YT channel just to pick up on some more views. So I'm thinking about doing more detailed work there, but I will still do like a bunch of mixture stuff here. So if that sounds like something that's great, message me here and tell me. Literally say, Audrey, I really would love to join you for the the little live that you're going to do on YT. Okay? So make sure that I'm doing something that's going to be worthwhile. Okay? Okay, not real knowledge. Okay, so Jetta, please message me. Let me know what you're going to do. Can't get the problem. Just showed us. Okay. Yep. So those order of operations, those are the things. Anything dealing with slope, equation of the line. What else we got? Slope, equation of the line, system of equations, volume, surface area, graphing, linear equations, linear inequalities, absolute values. That was the other one I forgot to mention. Absolute values. Those are 4-point questions. If you skip any of those, you're not going to pass the GED. And the reason why I know it, because I used to teach the course. All right? So, yes, do not skip slope at all. Okay? All right? Can't skip slope. Can't skip it. That's majority of the test as well. All right? So, if you need some assistance, please, please, please message me. The only way you can get your questions answered if you message me. All right, so I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to see if I can come on like around 6 or 6:30 tomorrow so I have some more daylight. Because, that's how we have to do it. All right, everyone. Well, have a lovely evening, and I will catch you at the next live. You're so welcome. Bye now.